In the Han Dynasty, Yuan Ang served as the Prime Minister of Liu Pai, the King of Wu. One of his attendants had an affair with his concubine. After Yuan Ang found out, he never revealed this matter. Someone intimidated the attendant, who then fled. Yuan Ang personally chased him back and gave the concubine to him, treating him as before. During the time of Emperor Jing of Han, Yuan Ang served as the Grand Master for ceremonials. He was also ordered to go on a mission to the state of Wu. At that time, the king of Wu was plotting a rebellion and wanted to kill Yuan Ang. He sent 500 soldiers to surround Yuan Ang's residence. Yuan Ang was unaware of this. Coincidentally, that attendant was serving as a captain and military secretary in the army surrounding Yuan Ang. He bought 200 pickle of wine and invited those 500 people to drink heartily. All of them got extremely drunk. The captain woke Yuan Ang in the middle of the night and said to him, "Hurry up and leave. As soon as day breaks, the king of Wu will kill you." Yuan Ang asked, "Who are you?" The military secretary said, "I am the attendant who had an affair with your concubine before." Yuan Ang was extremely astonished after hearing this and hurriedly fled from the state of Wu. Comment: sometimes, forgiving others' mistakes and giving them a chance to start over may bring unexpected returns for oneself in the future. Don't be too fussy about others' mistakes. Leaving room for others is also leaving room for oneself. During the reign of Emperor Xuanzong of the Tang Dynasty, Zhang Shuo had a student who had an affair with a maidservant he was fond of. Zhang Shuo wanted to deal with him according to the law. Suddenly, this student shouted urgently, "Sir, don't you have times when you urgently need someone in the Sir, why be stingy about a maidservant?" Zhang Shuo thought his words were very special, so he gave the maidservant to him and sent him away. After that, no one knew where he went. Later, Zhang Shuo was framed by Yao Chun and might be in great danger at any time. This student suddenly came to visit one night and asked Zhang Shuo to present the night shining curtain to Princess Jiu and let Princess Jiu speak good words for him in front of Emperor Xuanzong, which finally resolved this disaster. Comment: tolerance and kindness may be rewarded inadvertently. Even if it seems like a negligible act of kindness or a curious reaction to the strange words of a strange person at that time, it may produce unexpected positive results in the future. This story took place in ancient China about 3,000 years ago. At that time, King Wu of Zhou, the emperor, bestowed the state of Qi on Tai Gongwan as a monarch. Tai Gongwan, Jian Zaya, was in fifth in the state of Qi. In the state of Qi, there was a man named Huashi who took not submitting to the on of heaven and not making friends with feudal lords as his principle. People all praised his virtue. Tai Gong sent people to summon him 3 times, but he didn't come. So Tai Gong ordered to kill him. Duke Zhou said, "This man is a noble scholar of the state of Qi. Why kill him?" Tai Gong said, "Person who does not submit to the Son of Heaven and does not make friends with feudal lords. Can I, Tai Gongwan, still make him submit and befriend him? Anyone whom the monarch cannot make submit and befriend is a person abandoned by heaven. If he doesn't come after being summoned 3 times, he is a rebellious person. If we praise him and make him an object for the whole country to follow, then what's the use of me as the monarch?" Comment: from then on, there were no lazy people in the state of Qi, and it never became a weak country. Han Fei's theory in 5 Vermin is based on this. In the Eastern Han Dynasty, when Liu Xiu, Emperor Guangwu, was the Grand Chancellor, once a servant in his mansion broke the law and was killed by Ji Zun, the military market superintendent. Liu Xiu was very angry and ordered his subordinates to arrest Ji Zun. Chen Fu, the chief clerk, remonstrated, "My lord has always hoped for a neat military appearance and strict discipline. Now Ji Zun acts in accordance with the law, which is precisely the manifestation of following military orders. How can you blame him?" Liu Xiu was very happy after hearing this. Not only did he pardon Ji Zun, but also appointed him as the general in charge of suppressing traitors. He also said to all the soldiers, "You should give way to Ji Zunmo. Even if a servant in my mansion broke the law and was killed by him, he will certainly not be partial to you." Comment: only when rewards and punishments are clearly distinguished can military orders be implemented. When military orders are implemented without obstruction, the sovereign will naturally be respected. It is precisely because of this that Liu Xiu was able to pacify the wars in all directions. King Zhao of Yan asked Guo Wei about the principles of governing the country. Guo Wei said, "The 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors regarded their ministers as teachers. Virtuous monarchs interacted with their subjects as friends. Powerful overlords treated their ministers like guests. Only the king of doomed states regarded their subordinates as criminals. It is up to your majesty to choose." The king of Yan said, "I am willing to learn, but I don't have a good teacher." Guo Wei said, "If your majesty truly wants to make the country prosperous and strong, please let me pave the way for scholars all over the world." So the king of Yan built a palace for Guo Wei and treated him with the courtesy of a teacher. In less than 3 years, Su Qin from the Eastern Zhou dynasty came, Zhou Yan from the state of Qi came, Li Yu from the state of Zhao came, and Chu Jing from the state of Chu also came. Comment: respecting the virtuous and valuing talents can make a country prosperous. The way to employ people lies in sincerity. The power of role models is infinite. Giving due reputation to the virtuous may seem like a favor to them, but in fact, it is the monarch who governs the country that truly benefits. Reputation is the recognition and incentive for talents. At the same time, it also establishes a good image for the country and attracts more talents to come. King Zhuan of Chu hosted a banquet for his ministers and asked beautiful maidens to pour wine for them. By dusk, everyone was drunk and the candles went out. One minister held onto the sash of a beautiful maiden and wouldn't let go. The maiden then broke off his hat tassel and urged that the candle be lit to see who the person without a hat tassel was. King Zhuang said, "How can we humiliate a national scholar just to show off a woman's chastity?" So he ordered, "Today, those who drink with me and don't break off their hat tassels are not enjoying themselves enough." The ministers then all put off their own hat tassels. Then they lit the candles and dispersed only after enjoying themselves to the fullest. Later, in the battle to besiege the state of Zheng, there was a minister who charged ahead in every battle. In 5 battles, he took the enemy general's head 5 times, defeated the enemy forces and the whole army won. King Zhuan asked him the reason for his so valiant fighting. It turned out that he was the person whose hat tassel was broken off by the beautiful maiden. Comment: in a team or in national governance, members will inevitably make mistakes. If leaders are too harsh, it may lead to people being in a state of panic and a loss of talents. When a person receives tolerance and kindness from others, they often have a strong sense of gratitude and will repay the other party with practical actions at an appropriate time. In the Song dynasty, when Guo Jin was the inspector of Shanxi, one of his military officers went to the capital to file a complaint against the emperor, accusing Guo Jin of not abiding by the law. The emperor summoned him for questioning, and knowing that it was a false accusation, sent him back to Hangxi and handed him over to Guo Jin to be executed. At that time, bandits from Bingzhou were invading. Guo Jin then said to this officer, "You dared to falsely accuse me. I believe you are very courageous. Now I pardon your crime. If you can eliminate the enemy bandits in Bingzhou, I will recommend you to the court in a memorial. If you fail, you should throw yourself into the river, and don't stain my sword." This military officer fought desperately without regard for his own life, and achieved a great victory. Guo Jin really recommended him for promotion. Comment: tolerating small mistakes can earn a return of the other party's strengths. Forgiving a great enemy can earn an even more life and death repayment. The other party's gratitude accumulates in the heart. Usually, he will slowly look for opportunities to repay you. In an emergency, he will do his best to repay you. Aren't those who are quick to take revenge very foolish?